All right, this is a freaking epic podcast where we talk movies, games, animals, anything that you can think of that is freaking epic. Today we're talking about the MCU and the future of it. I'm here with Zach.
What up?
And I'm Nathan, your host. So, Zach.
Co-host.
Co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still I will fight you for that. I'm putting myself on this flag.
We're still new to this. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'm just saying it's like maybe a slight example of your crushing arrogance against me.
I know.
Always putting your name first on things, saying you're the host.
Well, it's just how I am.
It's okay. I forgive you.
I don't mean to.
I forgive you and I love you.
No hard feelings. We're new to this. This is new. But we're really excited.
I'm not new to this. This is my fourth podcast ever.
Fourth podcast?
I've been on 3 podcasts.
Oh my gosh.
Upwards of 100 listeners each.
Ooh, 100.
Well, one of them had like 97.
Nice.
The other 2 had like 150. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm podcasting royalty, but I am kind of like Beyonce.
We got an expert in the house. This is my first podcast. As you can tell, the quality is not excellent, but it'll do. I am also sick as well, so this is not my normal voice. I'm a little stuffy. I'm
also not normally British.
Yeah, so this is probably not the...
No. Stop underselling it. We're doing a podcast here. We don't need to spend the first 2 minutes to... Okay, this is a terrible podcast. Listening to it is a terrible idea. We just want to put that up front.
The worst podcast you can listen to that is named Freaking Epic.
It will destroy your life. You will no longer be loved by your children. Your mother will disown you. It's just going to be a terrible choice to listen to this podcast.
We're also filming this in my living room, very comfortably.
Yeah, leather chairs. That's what the farting noises are.
Yeah, my wife could walk in at any moment, give or take.
Cat attack.
Yeah, we don't know what we're expecting here, but anyways, let's get to the point. We're talking MCU theories.
Yeah, okay, so he is asking me the question. Nathan is asking me the question, what do you think is going to happen in Endgame? He has some theories, but we're going to save those for a minute because what I think you have to look at contractual obligations. Like, that is the biggest thing that matters. And Robert Downey Jr. has been really clear about like getting a little bit worn out in this role because he's been in like almost every other movie, probably like 12 of the MCU films. He's playing this character over and over and over, and I just can't imagine that that's super fulfilling for him after a certain point. So I just imagine that the outside pressures are going to make people want to kill him off.
But He loves it though. He exclaims how he loves it. Like when they filmed a movie, he has his own trailer. Like he has his own.
Okay, he's Robert Downey Jr. He has his own trailer wherever he goes. I don't think that's like
he has his own yard and everything. Like he loves being Iron Man. And from the interviews I've seen, his contract is up, but he'll never end it. He will always be a part of the MCU. That's why I don't think, even if his contract ends, he's gonna die. He's not gonna die in this movie.
When I went into an Infinity War, I didn't really have any clue what was gonna happen, but I genuinely expected Iron Man and Captain America were gonna die, because those are kind of the heart of the universe. If you want to hand it over to new blood, you'd have to kind of Scar taking out Simba's dad, you'd have to maybe slightly gentler than that, they just fire him instead of killing him and throwing him into a hyena pit. Or Wildebeest herd? I haven't seen Lion King in 2 decades. Anyway,
they're making a new movie. They're making the live action. Quote,
it should be okay. I mean, and Will Smith playing the genie in the live action Aladdin.
That's another podcast.
Okay. So when I went into Infinity War, I was really expecting those 2 to die because that would have the most emotional impact. Although when I got to the end, spoiler, when I get to the end and went, holy crap, everyone's dying, blew my mind because I was expecting kind of a permadeath for one or both of Iron Man and Captain America. And so now that they've done this, they've showed that they have the balls to kill everyone. I assume that Doctor Strange did something, everyone's going to come back, but then Iron Man and Captain America are going to permanently die. because you have War Machine and Bucky, they can take over the mantle. So there'll be the movies will have like how is it feeling? And like they don't have any more movies coming out. You look at the schedule. Black Panthers 2 is scheduled. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is scheduled.
That's because they're new, heroes.
So they haven't done their trilogy. That's fair, but also like I don't know. Maybe they do like in the comics. Tony becomes a Guardian of the Galaxy.
That's what everyone was expecting for Infinity War. Is that he was gonna. Even in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, there was rumors that he was supposed to be in that movie.
That would be cool. No, I didn't even think of that.
But
well, okay. Here's why it makes sense for that, because Tony's lost in space right now. Maybe he gets found by the Guardians in the trailer. I mean, he's lost in space for Endgame. Maybe it makes sense for him to kind of drift off, so he's not a part of the like day-to-day MCU. He only has to show up occasionally for like Avengers movies and like every once in a while a cameo, so it's not his main deal.
So here's my theory. Okay, so it's like you said, he's lost in space.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I think it's pretty obvious Captain Marvel is going to end up finding him.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of... Okay, I take it back. That makes more
either
sense.
That, I've also heard a theory that since Rocket's still alive, he has...
Who are the Guardians are still alive? It's Rocket and... Is Mantis and Drax? Or no, Drax died.
No, it's Rocket and... what's her name? The robot, Nebula.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Wow.
So, the theory that I've heard is Rocket is going to be looking for the Benatar, the Guardian ship. They're going to take Thor with them to go find it, because...
Okay.
And so... I've also heard that theory that they're going to track down the Benatar with Nebula and Tony on it and rescue him instead of Captain Marvel.
But didn't it say that Nebula left? Like, Nebula left him alone?
No. If you look in the... Sorry, there was a cat on the table. Talking about fancy
cat's jumping into the painting equipment.
Talking about fancy. But Nebula is on the Benatar with Tony Stark.
Wait, so she's dying too?
No, she's a robot.
Well, but no, she's not all robot. She's large.
She's 90% robot. She can survive.
I don't know.
Unless they turn to cannibalism. I don't think they're going to do that in the MCU.
Yeah, I was going to say that's more of a like Netflix show kind of thing.
But but Nebula's on the ship with them.
I need to watch.
According to that trailer,
I need to watch it again because clearly I haven't watched. We didn't prepare for this podcast at all.
I've seen everything Marvel that.
I've seen the trailer. I just haven't seen the trailer for since it came out.
I've seen the trailer 4 times. I watched Infinity 10 times.
Wow.
I'm I'm passionate about this stuff.
Okay.
So but yeah. So my theory is that Captain Marvel is gonna clearly, rescue him.
I mean, that makes
sense.
sense.
There's going to be a huge plot hole because, they're in the whole galaxy, how's she going to find him or whatever?
Well, she's like she goes around looking for people to save.
Yeah. Honestly, I truly believe that, I think maybe Captain Marvel, she'll get that signal from Nick Fury, she'll figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
She'll run into, the, Captain America, Rocket, and all of them, and then they'll go look for the Benatar, and they'll find it all together. And then the theory is that Ant-Man is the solution to it all.
Yeah, I assume he's got to be the solution somehow.
Ant-Man is the solution to it all. The theory that I've also read and seen is that Ant-Man sends everyone into the time vortex.
You mean the quantum realm?
Yeah, the quantum realm. I don't know where I got time vortex from. But yeah, sends everyone to a quantum realm at a different point in time.
Does the quantum realm not work? I'm not really up on my quantum realm stuff. Does it mess with time at all?
Yeah, at the end of
because I guess she didn't age that much. His wife didn't. Well,
yeah, at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, she did age, and she said if you go into one of those time loops, there's no getting you out or whatever.
Oh, so they're gonna time loop Thanos, maybe?
No, they're gonna time loop the Avengers. So if you looked at all the pictures from Infinity War Endgame,
yeah, I haven't looked at the pictures. I tried. If it's a movie,
you spoiler free.
If it's a movie that I know I'm going to watch, I won't even watch any more trailers. I will watch only that first trailer and like force myself to not watch anything else because when I was going into Infinity War, I had no idea what would the spoil. Like I had no spoilers at all, so it blew my mind.
I'm completely opposite. I love fan theories and stuff because I
theories
love knowing who is right. You know, no one saw that snap coming.
Yeah,
no one.
Well, I mean, people who've read the comics.
Yeah, but they didn't think that Disney would do that.
Disney would not. Yeah,
you know. I've watched so many fan theories on Infinity War, and
I like watching fan theories about stuff that's already happened that maybe will happen, but like, I don't want to look at pictures of the set to see if it's going to happen because it just.
Oh no, I love because Disney and Marvel.
Okay, well, like
they're so good at hiding things. Like Kevin Feige has already said.
Kevin Feige's good.
He's already said half of the Infinity War trailer that came out is not true. It's not even in the movie.
That's true because the Hulk wasn't even in the trailer. Oh.
So he said half of the stuff that's in that trailer isn't even in the movie.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
So
brilliant. I like Kevin Feige. He's doing an awesome job.
Yeah. I also have a huge theory as well that Endgame is not the actual title.
That would make sense. It's a good title though.
Yeah, but I think
Endgame's a really good
after
title.
Captain Marvel comes out, they are going to change the name of that movie.
Are they okay? So the question would be, when do they do it? Can you get away with like changing it day of, like, or would they be changing it like 2 weeks before as a press thing? I guess they don't need
as
much
soon as
more
Captain
PR.
Marvel comes out. Like it would be super smart of them at the end of Captain Marvel to release the new name of the movie as the end credits. Like show like a clip of the new Avengers Endgame
Avengers 4
and
Thanos party.
Yeah. So like the end credits, they'll roll it, and they'll show like a little clip or whatever, like a good 2-3 minutes, and it'll be like Avengers new name. Coming in 2 months or whatever.
That's a really good. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because.
Are you excited for Captain Marvel?
Yes, I will be in New York when it comes out, and I'm going to go to the premiere.
When does it come out? Like 2 weeks from now?
March 9th.
Oh, it's okay. So we're still a little way. Oh, so we're still
or March
way
8th. March 8th.
For some reason, I thought it was coming out like the end of this month.
No. It's March 8th, and I'm pretty excited because the Kree Skrull War is one of my favorite story arcs.
Yeah.
I mean, the secret invasion is just such an amazing story.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with it.
I'm familiar with bits. I know Secret War, but that's different than Secret Invasion. I know bits and pieces of Secret Invasion. I wasn't up on Marvel at that point.
But yeah, it's one of my favorite storylines because there's so many twists and turns and so good. And if they can introduce
well, yeah, I mean
the real Fantastic Four and stuff.
That would be so cool. I mean, I don't think they've got the rights just yet, so they won't be able to do it.
Kevin Feige has said that they're real close, and as soon as they make a deal, we'll hear something new about it within 6 months.
I guess what they did with Spider-Man is they filmed stuff not even knowing if they'd be able to use it because just in case. So they do have. I mean, they have the cachet money making wise to be able to spend $10 million on something that they won't use.
They already have a plan. I definitely expect to see Silver Surfer in the new Avengers.
Whoa. Yeah, not this one.
Yes.
Because he's still Fox property until the merger goes through.
They have already planned this out.
That'd be great. Well, if Silver Surfer comes in, then that's awesome because that gives them a chance to have Galactus as the next bad guy.
Yes, I would love to see Galactus.
I've always thought that, to me, Thanos was always the biggest bad guy in Marvel, even though technically he's usually not, but he's the one that had the most impact.
Well, that's one of the theories as well, is Thanos is gonna end up getting... He's gonna be like, oh, crap, he's like, y'all hate me, but we gotta team up.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened in the comics hundreds of times. Maybe not hundreds.
Thanos joins you. That would be awesome.
They're going to fight or whatever.
It would make sense as far as, getting Josh Brolin on board to play him long term. But I don't know, man.
Could you imagine someone as big as Galactus coming in and Thanos is like, look, this guy's going to wipe out the entire universe. You have to team up with me.
Galactus, though, he's not going to... I mean, I don't think he'll wipe out the entire universe. He'll just
planets.
but he's not going to eat. every planet.
There's another guy. He's got the 3 heads or whatever.
The Planet Eater, or the Infinite. What the heck is that guy's name? Yeah,
he's like the judge or something. I don't.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The Eternal Tribunal.
Yes.
The Eternal Tribunal.
Yes. They're just saying he can make. I want to see some Celestials in this movie. We know they're in there.
So, what do you think is going to happen for like Phase 2? I'm sorry.
It'd be Phase 5.
Phase 5 for the next, because the first 4 phases were basically kind of to some degree one story.
What's he doing?
My cat is eating.
My cat is eating paper towels because
throw them over there. I can't throw very far. Paper towels apparently they're still within audio range. Just throw them over so he's behind the couch. No, throw him back there. He thinks you're playing. Okay, don't. Okay, now it just looks like you have a paper towel tube under your cover.
That's exactly what I got.
Yeah,
but so Phase 5. He's such a weirdo.
This is such a good audio format.
I know it's
to
the
show
best.
the cat jumping under the cover, trying to go after this paper towel tube between his legs.
Anyways, so Phase 5.
Well, because Thanos was the big baddie for like the first 4.
Oh, you're talking about who was going to be like the main villain?
What's kind of the driving arc behind it? Yeah.
Secret Invasion.
Is it going to be Secret Invasion?
All the way.
Because I thought they were going to do X-Men, like mutant becoming a thing.
No, I think because everyone knows the X-Men and stuff.
And you could let him give him time to breathe before you reintroduce him.
Secret Invasion.
That's a good point.
I believe if at the end of whatever, so Tony Stark's going to live. Him and Pepper Potts are going to get married.
Maybe.
At the end of it.
Okay.
There's going to be a huge. Every single Marvel hero that we've ever seen on screen is going to be. They've already filmed it. They've already confirmed this.
Okay.
Every single hero that we've ever seen is going to be in this.
You're ruining my anti-spoilers thing right now.
Oh, spoilers!
No, keep going.
Spoilers, obviously.
Everything about this podcast, spoilers or us making up spoilers.
But take everything.
Hey, did you know that?
Take everything with a grain of salt, though. Everything we say, a grain of salt.
Yeah. Thanos is actually secretly a Muppet, and this is a crossover. This is the first part of a crossover with the Muppet movie.
Exactly. But anyways, so they film this big wedding, and then at the end of it, we see Steve Rogers turn into a Skrull.
What the... No. Oh, that would piss me off. But that's why I stopped reading Marvel Comics.
I mean, that would be the hugest...
As long as, it just... He's Captain America.
Exactly.
Ugh. It just bugged me so much when they did that in the comics, because it's like you're taking everything he's taught and saying that it was all bad guy stuff.
Oh no. So you go into, because the originals are still alive, so you see him turn into a Skrull, but this is new. He's a new Skrull after all the Thanos stuff. So Captain America was still obviously Captain America.
Okay.
During everything. But then we go and we see the OG Steve Rogers in a chamber or whatever, while the Skrull Captain America takes over.
And if like you said, they're working quickly to get the rights to the Fantastic Four in their universe, then that makes sense, I guess. But I don't know if Skrull Invasion wouldn't prop up 20 straight movies.
No,
you don't want 20 straight Skrull movies.
No,
I mean, but I guess Thanos
wasn't
it would be 20 movies.
It would be in phases, obviously, but I don't think they would go to phase 10. It would be a little thing building up.
Okay, so kind of like a mini arc.
Yeah.
Okay, Skrulls are an awesome mini arc. They just Thanos, the specter of Thanos was behind the movies for so long, and I feel but I guess the specter of the Skrulls. The problem is there isn't Super Skrull isn't nearly as scary as Thanos. The scariest Skrull isn't nearly as terrifying as Thanos.
So yeah, you'll still have the Skrull Kree War or whatever. But it's who do you trust?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a huge thing.
Oh, that's actually a really good lead into a Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
like Black Widow movie is made for kind of like the Captain America 2, the 70s spy thriller type, like who do you trust kind of movie.
Yeah, so it would be like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing, or not the Agents, it'd be like the Hydra, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it'd be a huge stepping stone, but I think they could span it around 3 different movies, you know?
Makes sense.
Like, it would be weird, you know? I don't know. I'm not smart enough.
Well, I mean, the question is, they haven't announced a lot of the movies. So we know Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, we know Guardians 3, we know Spidey 2, and Black Panther 3. But the rest of the names haven't been announced for any of the other movies, right?
Because they're working on the Fox still. Like I said before, Kevin Feige already said once it's already official, which should be in February, within 6 months they're planning ahead.
Are we going back to 3 movies a year? Are we staying at 3, or are we going back to 2? What are we doing?
I'm pretty sure they want a movie every month.
No, that's too much. If you get a movie every month, I'm going to stop watching it.
Every other month.
No, like 3 a year. 2 a year, and I will anticipate it for months. 3 a year is the max. Like 3, any more than 3, because I stopped watching the X-Men movies because there's just... And, like, a lot of the other superhero movies...
You're telling me you won't watch an X-Men movie in the MCU universe?
Well, I will, but not if there's 6 a year.
I would.
Like, we need... I think 3... I like 2. I'd grudgingly accept 4, because we're not going to end all the other superhero movies. And I don't get a chance to watch movies that often.
Yeah.
And mostly I watch every Marvel movie, but I don't want to have to be, like... planning my life around it. Like, I stopped watching the Marvel shows because there were just too damn many of them.
Yeah, same for me.
Like, and I don't want to get to that point with Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Like, shows, fine. I mean, I love Cloak and Dagger, but do I really need to, like, watch their show? No, I know Cloak and Dagger's out there. I'm happy for people who have time to watch it. But, like... That's
another thing. Do you think any of the TV shows will...
They're going to recast before they put those people in movies.
You think so?
For sure. Like, because they're not... Like, otherwise Daredevil would have been in the movie.
Yeah. Well, they're saying that a lot of the people that... So whoever wasn't in the first movie is going to be in the second movie.
But, I mean, that's basically Maria Hill and Nick Fury and Ant-Man and Hawkeye, yeah. Although he's Ronin now.
Yeah,
which is cool. That was really cool.
I hope they tell the backstory of why he's Ronin.
I imagine they would, because
the promo art and stuff looks like they will.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know how that's gonna go.
I mean, I imagine his family got erased and now he's pissed.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of the simplest explanation.
But I am really excited for this movie. Beyond excited.
Oh yeah.
This movie will break records.
Oh yeah,
because it's on, like, the people who didn't see it in theater saw it on Netflix, and so, like, when they saw the ending, I'm sure they're like, "What happened?
Crap!"
This movie will break unbeatable records. There will not be a movie like it.
Well, I mean, no record's unbeatable because, like,
Titanic is still number 1.
No, it's not.
Or is it Avatar? I know it's
Avatar's number 1.
Avatar.
So Titanic, I mean, it depends on whether you're talking international or domestic. So some people only count worldwide box office. Some people only count domestic. Domestically, no one broke Titanic's record until Avatar, and also internationally. Titanic's, I think, at $2 billion, and Avatar's at $3 billion. But I think Endgame was like at 1.4, 1.5 billion.
Infinity War?
Infinity War was like 1.4, 1.5. It's not going to hit 3 billion.
I think it will.
I think it has a good legit shot at beating Titanic for number 2, but I just don't see a path to 3 billion because in order to get that much, you look at Avatar, and it was actually like its 7th week was bigger than its 4th week. Like, Avatar and Titanic both built up so that they made more money later in their run than other movies. Like, normally with a big movie like Avengers, you're going to get like a 50 to 70% drop off from the opening week. So the opening box office is going to be a third of your entire gross. Domestic at least, and worldwide it's different because there's, depends on which markets you opened up in and whatnot. I mean, the Chinese box office is growing tremendously, so there's like a ton more room for that, but I don't see a path where people walk through that, like watch that, like they're not still watching it in theaters 4 months later like they were Avatar or Titanic, because those were experiences. Like, this is a spectacular, stupendous experience of a movie, but people will still think of it as a movie. They won't think of it as, I'm going to experience living on the Titanic and being in love with Jack, or, you know, let's go see this other world. Because remember, James Cameron was inventing, like, dozens of new technologies for each movie, just, like, because he's so obsessive with making it an experience rather than just a movie. So I just don't see a world where it has the legs to make it to that far.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's end it right there.
Cool. Thank you. Review us in iTunes if we're there.
Yeah.
Click onto our YouTube channel. We don't have a Twitter, but if we did, you could retweet us.
Yeah.
Retweet our ramblings.
We'll be working on all the social media. This is a new thing. We're a little late to the party. Social media has been around for.
I think as Conan O'Brien said, "What? I thought there weren't any podcasts. I thought this was a new thing."
Exactly. Like, we're trying to get our foot in the door for 2019. Maybe we could be on YouTube Rewind 2019.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that is because I'm so out of touch. But
oh man,
I'm just kidding. I know what it is.
But
yeah, thanks for listening to the podcast. Do all the podcasty things. Bye.
Oh, we need sponsors.
We'll make up a sponsored video right now. Like, just imagine if you were a foot cream. Foot cream, Johnson's foot cream. That's your jingle to end the show.
He loves jingles.
I do.
He loves jingles.